Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Porteous and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to have a look at tying the FNF Daphnia Blob. Now, if you want to find out more about this pattern, please tune in to February edition of Total Fly Fisher magazine. There's a full article on this new pattern, how to fish it, some tying tips, and a brief look at its short history because it is a very new pattern. Let's get started. The hook I'm going to use to tie the FNF Blob is the FNF Blob hook. It's a number 8, as in a size 8. It's got this all important wide gape here, which is required for tying this fly because it's quite a dense pattern, so you need that wide gape. So that's a size 8. It's international sizes, so I can use it in all my competitions, which is a bonus. If you're looking to tie the pattern on a barbus hook, I would recommend the Filling Mill short shank barbus Kraken hook. It's just got the right sort of weight, right balance, right sort of wire size, so I use these quite a lot as well. Thread, it's going to be white nano thread. It's got great properties, and when I come to finish off the head you'll sort of see the real benefit of using this nano thread. A lot of purchase on it, really cinch it into the head of the fly. It almost vanishes. Materials wise, I'm going to use the competition pink Daphnia Fritz, and I'm also going to use the atomic yellow Daphnia Fritz. Let's get started. Just put a layer of thread down, trim off the tag. You don't have to be that precise at this sort of time creating the fly, just get that thread in. Now one thing I am going to do is I'm going to just run a little bit of wax onto the shank of the hook. The reason being is this nano thread is quite a slippery sort of surface for anything to grip onto if you compare it to like some UTC threads and things. So when I'm spinning Fritz around the hook, I don't want it to slide on the actual shiny surface of the thread, so that's why I give it a little bit of wax. It just helps it bend, it helps it stop spinning. So we're going to put the competition pink in at the tail. Just a couple of turns of this, you'll see it very quickly starts to bulk up the fly. Like so. Until you're happy that you've got enough on there for the back end of the fly. Tie it in. I'm getting, this is when the nano thread comes into its own. I'm getting a good bit of purchase. The thread virtually vanishes there into the material. I'm just going to slice this off. Like so. Usually use a scalpel for that. And there you've got your tail, as quick as that. Just run the thread up to that, take it back down, a little bit more wax. So, I'm going to tie in the atomic yellow now. Just take it down, butt it up against that competition pink, nice and tight. this pattern is really going to stand out in the water. We get a dip out there. Just wet your fingers, stroke the fibres back until you're happy how it looks. Here's where the nano thread comes into its own. I'm just going to give it a couple of turns around the atomic yellow Daphnia Fritz then, and then I'm going to give it a good pull and the thread vanishes. Just give it a wee nip with your fingers to push the fibres back. Catch everything in. Quick whip finish. Just like so. Give it another little pull, and I'll give it another little whip finish just to doubly secure that. There's nothing worse than your thread coming out of the eye when you're fishing. There we go. Again, I'll use a scalpel to try and nip that in flush. Put a little bit of tension on it, and the scalpel do its job. And then I try and get that off quite ragged. So one more quite important thing to do is to give the pattern a quick brush with a little dubbing brush. I don't know if the camera picked up. It's nothing special, it's just a little bit of Velcro and a bit of plastic. But what it does is teases all these fibres out, mixes them in together. So, and you can see it's given it some real volume. Just like that. Doesn't take long. You hate a pattern like this. What I'll do is I'll dip it in some water and let you see what it's going to look like when it's wet. So as you can see, I've dipped the Daphnia Blob in water just so you can see how it looks when it's wet and out there fishing. Just goes like this little globule. A lot of people have asked me why are the colours so vibrant in the pattern. Now, a lot of the colour range is dyed using fluorescent dyes. Now, fluorescents emit light through edges and cut ends, and there's absolutely millions of these in this actual pattern, so it allows it to fluoresce very, very well, giving it this bright effect. When tying it, I would just like to say sometimes less is more. Try not to pack too many fibres in there. It just compresses the turn ahead of it and sort of squashes the fibres down. So as I say, sometimes less is more. Practice makes perfect. I didn't get it right first time. It just takes a little bit of time and effort, and you'll start turning out blobs that you're very happy with. How am I fishing it at the moment? Well, it's the winter. I'm inside tying flies at the moment because outside it's 50 mph winds. It is very much the winter, so a lot of the fish are holding just that little bit deeper. There's nothing much on the surface to attract them up. So I'm trying to get this down reasonably quick to the fish. This fly will naturally sink slightly faster than your conventional, like your jelly blob. It'll just sink that a little bit quicker because it will soak up water. When it soaks up the water, as you can imagine, it's going down that little bit faster, and I can hit depths of 3, 4, 5 foot quite quickly. Again, depends on the weight of hook that's in the pattern. It could slow down the speed, or it could exaggerate the speed that it goes down the weight of hook. But I'm trying to hit that sort of zone reasonably quickly where I think the fish are. If you want them to go down a lot quicker, I've seen people tying little beads into it. I've also seen people using it on a die-8 and putting a little pair of booby eyes on it to hold it up. So it's a versatile pattern and you can hit any zone that you want with it. It just really remains for me to say thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, giving me 5 minutes of your time, and I hope you enjoyed tying the pattern and scaring a few fish with it. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you at the water's edge.